Hello everyone. Welcome to TELLS Videtionary. Today, April 8th, our word of the day is Haggard. H-A-G-G-A-R-D. Haggard. Haggard is a 7-letter word and an adjective. Remember, adjectives are words that describe the qualities or states of being of nouns: enormous, dog-like, silly, yellow, fun, fast. They can also describe the quantity of nouns: many, few, millions, 11. Haggard means looking ill or tired, often with dark skin under the eyes. In other words, looking exhausted and unwell, especially from fatigue, worry, or suffering. Someone who is haggard looks exhausted and worn out, exactly how you'd expect someone who's been lost at sea for days to look. A haggard appearance is usually the result of a long, harrowing ordeal, like getting lost in the woods or being stranded in the woods for days. An emotional ordeal, like losing a loved one, can also give someone a haggard appearance if they forget to eat, sleep, and take care of themselves. Whatever the ordeal, it will make the person look absolutely awful, pale, gaunt, disheveled, exhausted with dark circles under their eyes and wild, unruly hair. Haggard is an adjective that describes someone who looks exhausted, worn out, and unwell. It can also refer to someone who looks wild or untamed. If you want to use the word haggard in a sentence, there are a few tips you should keep in mind. Use it to describe physical appearance. The most common way to use haggard is to describe someone's physical appearance. For example, you might say she looked haggard after working a double shift at the hospital. This sentence tells the reader that the woman looked tired and worn out after a long day at work. Use it to describe emotional state. Haggard can also be used to describe someone's emotional state. For example, you might say he looked haggard after his wife left him. This sentence tells the reader that the man looked exhausted and emotionally drained after his wife left him. Use it to describe animals. Haggard can also be used to describe animals that look wild or untamed. For example, you might say the haggard eagle swooped down to catch its prey. This sentence tells the reader that the eagle looked fierce and untamed as it hunted for food. Use it in a metaphorical sense. Haggard can also be used in a metaphorical sense to describe something that looks worn out or exhausted. For example, you might say the haggard old building had seen better days. This sentence tells the reader that the building looked old and worn out, as if it had been through a lot over the years. Use it sparingly. Finally, it's important to use haggard sparingly in your writing. While it's a useful word, overusing it can make your writing sound repetitive and dull. Instead, try to vary your vocabulary and use haggard only when it's the best word for the job. In conclusion, haggard is a versatile word that can be used to describe physical appearance, emotional state, animals, and even in a metaphorical sense. By following these tips, you can use haggard effectively in your writing and add depth and nuance to your descriptions. Similar words include careworn, tired, drained, drawn, unwell, unhealthy, sickly, spent, sapped, washed out, run down, exhausted, gaunt, grim. Examples of sentences using haggard are: the haggard peasant looked as though he had not eaten in weeks. After being stranded on the cruise ship for 2 weeks, all of the passengers looked extremely haggard. From Jared's haggard appearance, it is obvious he had way too much to drink last night. Using makeup, the artist turned the young actress into a haggard old woman. After 10 years of torture, the released prisoner can only be described as haggard. The soldiers looked exhausted and haggard after walking 40 miles through the desert. Make sure to save this new word, Haggard, so you can practice using it in your everyday sentences. That's all for today. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you learned something new. Remember, practice makes perfect, and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment after every video. All comments are welcome. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you receive similar videos every day. Have a fulfilling day. See you tomorrow. Cheers!